The authorities are reportedly looking for David after fresh evidence links him to Celeste's death. The Tesla that was discovered in the tow yard is where it all started, as the vehicle contained evidence.
Discovery in Los Angeles has led to a police investigation on the West Coast. Authorities say they were called to an impound lot in Hollywood after someone noticed a foul odor coming from a car. Once inside, they discovered a wrapped in plastic. The car, which was a Tesla that belonged to a singer and Queens native who goes by the name David, spelled with A4 period.
The stuff discovered within the Tesla was also discovered within their home's garage. According to the announcement, authorities think Celeste's crime was committed inside David's residence. A search warrant was issued so that investigators may investigate the house for evidence. Although the testing's findings are still pending, it's crucial to remember that the house's entrance is equipped with cameras. The homeowner claims the cameras are placed at entry points on the street and in the rear, according to TMZ. Additionally, he thinks that anyone entering or leaving the premises is subject to recording. The police will examine the video to look for any evidence of Celeste's last known whereabouts, as it's likely that she was observed far more lately than anyone had anticipated. According to reports, Celeste and David's brother were spotted during David's concert on August 24th. A female who looked like Celeste was captured on camera by fans on the railing above David's performance. Although Celeste's identity isn't established, they do resemble each other. Given the time frame, it makes sense that Celeste and David's brother would typically hang out at his gigs because a captioned video of them appeared. According to this video, Celeste was still alive on June 27, 2024. She was spotted with his brother backstage at a David performance. Observe carefully, she has on those Hello Kitty sandals. Because it appears that his brother would spend time with her whenever David was preoccupied with doing his concerts. In addition, she is shown in this video sporting the Hello Kitty sandals that are mentioned on the missing person poster. However, around the same time that this behind-the-scenes film was released, David conducted an odd interview in which he referred to the role he plays in his music videos as his demonic alter ego.
Basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself, and it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it, like it was in the vault.
According to a responder, there are hundreds of crimes he could have used as his example when describing his alter ego, and he decides to state that, "I can't be the only one who notices how obvious everything is, can I?" Even so, David's account started to leak Discord communications. David's relationship with Celeste and the potential for her pregnancy are revealed in recently verified communications on Discord. 1 year ago, there was a post that said, "I'll join the group chat with give you all the time, wifey. A child is on the way for me and the deleted user." The deleted user was identified as Celeste because the user ID of the account matched the two photos that Celeste posted, one of which showed her sitting backstage at one of David's shows and the other of which showed her hand with David tattooed in red on her finger. This made it obvious that Celeste was the owner of the account and that she frequently hung out with David. However, DJ Academics gained access to the matter and examined David's song titles.
Crashing, Where'd It Go Wrong, Ghost, Where Did You Go, Afterlife.
However, things became worse when scholars discovered a fresh video that David had uploaded a year prior showing him washing shoes. As you can see, at the end of the film, David removes Celeste's shoes from the left image. despite the fact that her brother was frequently questioned about the matter. He answered, "Why are people lying and claiming that I know more? I wasn't. I don't understand why people are lying in an attempt to discredit me. All Celeste did was show me love. One of the few people she truly loved was me. I had no prior knowledge of anything until recently," she went. However, David's initial response was not well received by his supporters. That cannot be David's initial reaction to all that is going on. Shouldn't he have approached this differently if he wanted to prove his innocence? Since Celeste would have reached 18 in 4 years. David stated in a recent interview that he planned to live on an island without social media.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying? Why are you saying that like you're not like up there?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I go on crazy year after year for the next 3 years, and then on the 4th year I retire. And on the 5th year I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone. In 5 years, I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro. You'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah?
You can pull up on every.
What's the secret code? Give us the first 2 numbers.
Absolutely
of the secret.
not.
Fans thought this was his long-term strategy. His goal was to become extremely wealthy from his music career and retire early when Celeste grew older. When fans asked David where he wanted to be in 5 years, he expressly replied that he wanted to be with Celeste for 4 years, almost as if he had it planned all along. David understood that his relationship with Celeste would eventually be disclosed. This clip was posted in January of this year. One commenter said, "It was for years till her 18th birthday. Therefore, she was 14. Then, 3 years before her 18th birthday, she was scheduled to turn 15 later that year." He stated that he planned to retire in 3 or 4 years, based on her birthday. Fans saw that David wore these bracelets at one of his performances, which coincidentally matched the bands on Celeste in this picture, to further demonstrate how frequently they were together. As a result, it was reported that California police were actively looking for and apprehending the well-known musician David. Police are inquiring about his connection to the individual discovered inside his Tesla. This was David's first formal reaction to the circumstance, but it wasn't his own. Since the announcement, David has been playing Fortnite, which is the first activity we have seen of him. According to the announcement, David is currently playing Fortnite and lurking. People traced his account and discovered that he was playing several Fortnite games in a single hour. However, this is where things become interesting. In a recovered video dated January 11th, 2024, David is seen live with Celeste Rivas. After ending the stream, he instructs the moderators to remove all films and clips.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, big spot. Bro, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta stop with him if you even.
Are
We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
But an investigator noted, this is the residence where a search warrant was executed yesterday, close to the location of David's registered Tesla. It seems to have something to do with David or someone he knows. A comparable Tesla is parked in front of the residence in an image from Google Maps taken last year. The home has been up for sale since January and is listed at $20,000 per month. P.S. In Los Angeles, black Teslas are very common. Although I'm not positive, I wouldn't be shocked if this were the same Tesla. His car is parked on the roadway that leads to David's house. Teslas, in particular, have a 360 using a motion sensor for camera recording. In other words, if the cameras were activated, the cops would have video evidence of someone loading Celeste into the vehicle. However, given that the car was discovered about 100 feet from David's home, it is incomprehensible that he reported it missing. In case you were unaware, you can always check the location of your car by clicking on the Tesla app. If his automobile was still parked near his home, David knew it wasn't taken. Therefore, reporting it missing would be pointless unless David wanted to create the impression that he believed his automobile was stolen in order to lessen his suspicion. Surprisingly, it was functioning until they recognized Celeste in the vehicle.
David Tesla was repoed on September 8th. He started his tour August 5th, 9th. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days before it got repoed. He reported it missing in between that, but it's been sitting before he started his tour. He called to report a Tesla missing. Now chat, anybody in chat, go to Google and say, can I call Tesla? If my Tesla is missing, can I call Tesla to track it? Watch what it shows you. To call Tesla, a Tesla of all cars you reported missing. When you can call Tesla and get it tracked, that don't make sense. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days. So from when the car was impounded on the 8th, we can add 31 days plus add some change. That's days, if not a week or more, before he started his tour, bro. Dating a 13-year-old, bro. Probably got a... That's why he did that.
Additionally, authorities recently conducted a search of David's house. The police have searched a home where singer David had reportedly been staying, the news article stated. As previously mentioned, they stole many bags of evidence and a computer from the house. Although the contents of the bags are unknown, it is obvious that they were suspicious about some items. However, given that Celeste is wearing two ponytails and waving her hand in this video, it's possible that David was streaming with her a few months ago.
Yeah, that's water. Water. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
The claim that this was the real missing Celeste has been refuted by certain admirers. Rather, it's Celeste Herrera, a different woman. However, the fact that she is wearing the same Gap sweater as the missing Celeste in her missing person poster makes this clip still extremely strange. In addition, the spectacles have a striking resemblance to the ones Celeste wore while facetiming David. Given that Celeste Herrera appears in the video, it raises the question of David's true level of obsession with the missing Celeste. Because, in addition to making a special effort to become good friends with Celeste, he had her wear the same sweater as the missing person's poster, almost as if he was attempting to mislead people about who was who. Despite this, David wrote, "Is Celeste in here?" in Discord communications that were released from the moment Celeste joined his Discord server. She replies, "Hey." David Discord indicates that David dated Celeste when she was 12 and he was 17, as was previously reported. 3 months prior to her disappearance in 2024, she had sent her final Discord message. However, supporters seemed to be aware that something wasn't right, which made the fan Discord a major problem. With the fans' messaging, they thought that David focused all of his attention on just one set of his followers. He only adds certain females. Yes, I am aware, nor am I making a joke. David only talks to women from the server, was written in a different conversation. Also, they are typically between 15 and 16, because the man in the chat is the same person that assisted David in creating music in 2022. This is also a trustworthy source. He did, however, make a video statement regarding his relationship with David and the events that transpired.
And I just want to clear up the stuff from 2023 was not about the Celeste girl that was obviously recently in the news. It's nothing to do with her. I didn't know about her. I didn't know she was 13. I maybe heard her name once or twice. I had nothing to do with her. The stuff I have from 2023 was nothing to do with Celeste. These were other girls, underage girls, that had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them or, doing things with them. And I want people to know that in 2023 I did try and bring the situation to light, and a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of... It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023, and basically they removed my song with David from streaming services because apparently I was spreading misinformation. The thing is, after that I got in touch with David and I was like, yo, are the claims true and all of this? And he was like, he literally said, I've got it here. He said, no, it's just some people trying to get clout. There's no evidence and stuff. After that, everything was shut down. Everything, no one else came out after that.
To demonstrate much more that individuals were aware of the problem, a Reddit remark that read, "This guy's a weirdo," predicted that Celeste would be in the Tesla before she was discovered. Last year, the sister of a close acquaintance from the neighborhood went away with this person. Her sister May had been allowing her to roam around. The cop swept his home in the hills while she was in the 7th grade. I'm afraid that's who's in the vehicle. It had been months since she last communicated. She is from Lake Elsinore, but I won't reveal her identity. However, this statement was entirely accurate, as an image was made public. Scholars reported. TMZ has confirmed that this photo shows David near the area where Celeste lived before she disappeared and was later found. In the back of David's Tesla, the photographer claims that David was paying individuals to conceal Celeste's age. David's music alludes to the crime, which further complicates the matter. In the back of my mind, you passed are the lyrics to Romantic Sword, one of his biggest hits. I got you in the back of my thoughts. Furthermore, I had no regrets about it. It's true, even though I find it hard to believe. David gave an interview explanation of the lyrics.
In the back of my mind, you died. It's kind of like the storytelling aspect of the lyrics that came before it, in a way that it builds up to the big moment where she, back of my mind. Like, I didn't physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. And I didn't even cry, not a single tear.
Because he released the music video for the song on September 7th. Celeste's birth date is stated as September 7th alongside the lyrics, when it was discovered that David had written a song about a girl named Celeste in December 2023. More musical ties were connected to Celeste. Oh, Celeste, the girl who has my name tattooed on her chest. David sings, her scent permeates my clothing. Every time I breathe in, I hear a voice. This is everything that has happened since it was determined that Celeste was in the automobile, which is why I'm obsessed, except for a few that are still in Australia. David's gigs have all been cancelled. But if you believe David is involved, enjoy the video. If you're locked into this shocking update, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the truth behind the drama. Drop a like, share this video, and join the Rapscope X family where real stories get real every time.